with our NFC West preview. We'll start with the LA Rams, who won the division last year, finished 10-7, lost in the divisional round to the future Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. What did they rank in passing yards per game?
I'm going to assume decently high. I'll go with about 10th. Ninth?
Rushing yards.
I will take that. Rushing yards, I'm going to assume a little bit lower. I'll go about 18th.
23rd. Passing yards allowed.
Oh. That's a tough one. Their defense wasn't fantastic. I'm just going to kind of stick middle of the pack. I'll go 16th.
11th. And then rushing yards.
How
many times have you said I'm just going to go middle of the pack?
I'm going to stick middle of the pack as well and go 16th.
28th.
Oh, wow. They were bad.
Yeah, not great rushing defense last year. We know that their pass rush was phenomenal, especially towards the end of the year. Verse was really, really good. The offseason, they added Devontae Adams. They re-signed Matt Stafford. They also added DJ Humphries and Poona Ford. Outside of that, didn't do too much. Traded their first-round pick again, this time to the Falcons. Who did they lose? They lost Cooper Kupp, Jonah Jackson to the Bears, DeMarcus Robinson to the Niners, and that's about it. They also lose Michael Hubbock and Bobby Brown, and they re-signed both their quarterbacks because they got Jimmy G back as well.
Yeah, this is they lose Cooper Kupp. I don't think it's as big of a deal. We saw as a Cooper Kupp fantasy owner in the back half of the season, it was not great.
Yeah.
It was very, very brutal, to be honest. Now you bring in Devontae Adams. Hopefully that he can stay consistent throughout the year. I don't know if Cooper Kupp was dealing with injuries or really what was going on there.
Yeah.
But it was a little weird. The offensive line wasn't great last season. Should have been better. And right now, Matt Stafford, we really don't know what's going on with him. I don't think he's been on the practice field yet. So durability issues there. But he always finds his way onto the football field. You're usually not concerned about that. But
he plays games.
He plays games. But it is concerning that he's hurt and the season hasn't started.
Yeah, it is. I don't think they're much different from last year, to be completely honest with you. I mean, you get an upgrade at receiver, probably, with Adams over Kupp, I'd say. You don't really lose anybody too impactful on your offensive line. Jonah Jackson wasn't amazing last year for you and didn't play a lot. And that's about it. I like Poona Ford as an interior defensive lineman ad for them. I like that pickup.
Yeah, I think this is just a team that's going to find ways to win games. We saw it last season. McVay will find ways to win games. Stafford will find ways to win games. They were better than we thought they were going to be last season. Now, the concerning part is I do think a couple teams in this division might have got better and are going to be healthier throughout the season. So I don't really think that they're going to be able to do what they did last season and win this division.
I mean, I view them like a lesser version of the Chiefs. Like, although they don't have a ton of insane talent, and they don't have the better roster than a lot of other teams. They have a really good quarterback with a lot of experience and a really good head coach with a lot of experience. And they're going to find a way to win games.
Yeah. I mean, they almost beat the Super Bowl champions in the playoffs. They were probably the closest team to beating them. Stafford had them on a drive late to, I don't know if it was to tie or take the lead, but they were in that game and very close to upsetting the Eagles, I mean.
Yeah, I mean.
They played very good.
Yeah, I feel the same about the Rams as I did at the end of last year. And that's not necessarily a bad thing.
And they re-signed Kyren Williams, I believe, so he's still there.
Yep.
He had a solid season.
Of course, yeah.
He's pretty much a 3-down back at this point. We didn't see much of Blake Corum. I thought we were going to see a lot of Blake Corum, and we didn't. So
maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, could be.
Okay, well, we'll talk about the team that Cooper Kupp went to here, the Seattle Seahawks. They added him, DeMarcus Lawrence, Sam Darnold, Shaq Griffin, Josh Jones, MVS, and they drafted Zabel Nickamanawari, who was a great pick out of South Carolina for them at safety, and then Jalen Milroe at quarterback. But yeah, they were probably maybe the most active team in the offseason. They get a brand new wide receiver one, a brand new quarterback, lose their wide receiver one, lose their quarterback.
Yeah.
They add DeMarcus Lawrence, who I think is a really good ad for them. And they also lost Tyler Lockett, who is on the Titans now.
He was their most Titans receiver of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know he was on the Titans, but I saw it and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
100% makes sense.
He's a Titan.
Robert Woods all over again.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Hop all over again. Julio Jones all over again.
It's perfect. That's where they go to die.
Yeah, it's where receivers unfortunately go to die.
But there's two teams in the NFC that aren't favorites that I'm extremely high on going into the season, and the Seahawks are one of them. I think the defense, I was in love with them last year. I raved about their defense all year long. They were so good, and they were banged up too. If they can get healthy, they have a really good secondary. Their linebackers are great. Their D-line isn't the best, but when you have such a good secondary and linebackers, you can get home a lot easier. And then their offense, they have weapons. They have a quarterback who proves that he can do something. Did I feel better about them at the end of last year than I do now? Yes, because I liked Geno Smith and DK better than I like Cooper Kupp and Sam Darnold. Regardless, I still think this offense can be really good. Their offensive line is still bad, but is a little bit better. And I like them as a team that can go win a couple playoff games.
Yeah, they bring in a new offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak, from the
Yep.
Saints. Did have a little bit of a Cinderella run for 3 weeks to start the season last year, but I think that's a solid guy to bring in. He can really possibly unlock Sam Darnold, which we saw him get unlocked last season, so I guess it's just keeping him going, to be honest. But that's really the concern I have with this team is can Sam Darnold continue to play like he did last year? Because he was a very serviceable, very good last season with the Vikings, but now he doesn't have KOC. He doesn't have Justin Jefferson. He's going to a little bit of a worse receiving core now, but you still have JSN, who we saw last season really emerge into a top receiver, and Cooper Kupp, who struggled, but it's still Cooper Kupp. You have him on the field. He's hopefully going to get open, and I like the addition of Torrey Horton as well in the draft. Heard a lot of good things about him. He had a big game against Colorado 2 years ago. Didn't do much last season in college, but I've heard some good things about him from camp. Did score in their preseason opener. And then you said it, their defense, sneaky good. They have weapons in the secondary, Devon Witherspoon. But I don't think they can win this division. I think they can compete for a playoff spot, though.
I think they can win this division.
Really?
I do. Last year they were 10-7 and missed the playoffs. They tied for the division and missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that was unfortunate. But passing yards per game, where did they rank?
Oh, passing yards per game, pretty high. Geno Smith had a lot of passing yards. I'm gonna go with 8th.
6th.
Okay.
Rushing yards per game.
Kenneth Walker banged up, and that's a guy who they need to stay healthy. 100%. He's always hurt, but I absolutely love Kenneth Walker. If he's healthy, he's one of the best running backs in football. Definitely top 10. But I'm going to go pretty low. I'll go like 24th.
28th, worse than Dallas.
Wow, yeah.
Last year.
That's surprising.
Rushing or passing yards allowed per game.
I'm just assuming that they're a little bit better than the middle of the pack. I'll go with like 14th.
13th.
Yeah.
Good thought process. And then rushing yards.
And I'm going to do the same thought process there. I'll go 14th as well.
16th.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were injured last year defensively. I think both those numbers drastically improved in 2025.
Yeah, and they got good guys on the D-line. Going into last season, our big concern was they're just getting to the quarterback. You got guys now, Byron Murphy's developing, Leonard Williams, you bring in DeMarcus Lawrence. You have guys that can get to the quarterback now, so if they can start doing that, this defense is only going to get better.
Yeah, 100%.
And their head coach is a defensive mastermind, so he's going to find ways to make this defense better and better.
All right, we'll move on to the Arizona Cardinals then, who last season were 8-9, missed the playoffs. Where did they rank in passing yards per game?
I'm going to assume a little worse than normal. I'll go with like 18th.
18th.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, I'm on the money today.
Rushing yards per game.
James Conner was banged up. I'm going to go like 22nd.
7th.
Really? Oh, yeah. That does kind of make sense.
Passing yards allowed per game.
I'll go with like 20th.
15th.
Okay.
Rushing yards allowed per game.
Middle of the pack. Rushing yards per game. I'm just going to kind of stick with that. Their defense wasn't spectacular. I'll stick with 20th.
20th?
No way.
Yes, they were 20th. You got 2 of the 4 right. That's crazy.
Wow. I'm dialed in.
Yeah, you're dialed in. But in the offseason, they added Josh Sweat, Jacoby Brissett, Akeem Davis Gaither, Calais Campbell, who of course is still in his prime.
Yeah.
And then they drafted Walter Nolan and Will Johnson for the defensive end. They really, if you look at all their ads, especially Josh Sweat, which is a huge ad, of course, mostly defensive ads, which I like. Their offensive line is improving. They're young. They kind of have weapons around Kyler, especially Trey McBride, who they extended. But yeah, I like that they went fully in on the defense. That's what they should have done. And if this defense can just get over that hump a little bit and start to become a strength for this team, puts a lot less pressure on Kyler.
Yeah, Kyler, he kind of really needs to step up and have a dominant season. He's now going to be like a year and a half, almost 2 years off post ACL tear. So there's really not that excuse anymore. Didn't have the greatest start to preseason. His first game did throw a pretty rough interception, but it's preseason. Can't care too much. He is going into his 7th year though, which is wild.
Yeah.
He's been in the league for a while now. He does have a Marvin Harrison Jr. who did not have as good of a rookie season as we expected. Was solid, but definitely we're expecting more from him, and hopefully we get that this year. I don't like that they didn't bring in a receiver next to him to kind of take some pressure off of him. It's still, I believe, Michael Wilson and Zay Jones. So not the best trio there, but you have Trey McBride, top 5 tight end in football, one of the best.
He's that wide receiver.
Yeah,
too.
he's basically the wide receiver too. So he's gonna have to take some of the targets away. And then the offensive line, you said it's decent. It's definitely serviceable. Jonah Williams didn't play too much last year. You really want him to step up and be able to stay on the field, and Paris Johnson Jr. continues to develop. So the O-line is there, and now it's really up to Gannon to get his defense in order.
Yep. And that's about all I got to say
Yeah.
about the Cardinals. I just don't have a ton to say about them.
No.
I mean, they got a little bit better defensively. I liked their draft. And is Kyler going to be good or is he going to be bad? That's really
You just got to prove it on the football field.
Yeah, exactly.
And Gannon has to prove it as a head coach that he can really just be a competent NFL head coach at this point.
That's probably the main story here. If they suck, he's gone.
Yeah.
It's pretty, like, the pews are cool, but that's probably the main story here.
They brought in a lot of people, so he's got to prove that he can use these guys.
Yep. Last team of our preview here, the San Francisco 49ers, who finished last in the NFC West last year with a record of 6-11, missed the playoffs. Where did they rank in passing yards per game?
I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna guess middle of the pack, 16.
Third. Yes.
Wow, that is shocking to me.
Rushing yards per game.
I'm gonna have to guess low then. I mean, they were. Wow, that throws me off. I wasn't expecting to be that high. 18th.
11th.
Wow, so their offense did still show up last year.
Passing yards allowed per game.
They had a good pass defense with Ward and all them, but they did lose some guys. I'm gonna go with like 9th.
4th.
That's good.
Rushing yards allowed per game.
It's gonna have to be bad, I'm assuming. Bad, but not too bad. I'll go 20th.
18th, not that bad.
Yeah.
They were pretty good at everything, and they were 6-11
and weren't even close to the playoffs.
That's wild. And I shouldn't have said the thing about there's 2 teams in the NFC that I'm really high on that were not amazing last year, because there's more than that. Because I'm really high on the Niners as well. I think the Niners are going to be great next year. It's just they're getting healthy, and we saw, based on those stats right there, that they were still decent last year. Did they lose a ton of guys? Yes. They lost Debo. They lost Travarius Ward. They lost Leonard Floyd. They lost Dre Greenlaw. They lost Devondre Campbell. They lost Hufanga. They lost a ton of guys. They brought in Bryce Huff, who I really like, and that's about it as far as guys they brought in. In the draft, I really like Michael Williams. I like Alfred Collins as well. As Nick Martin, even in the 3rd round, I think is a pretty decent pick at linebacker for them. But, yeah, the losses concern me, but let's break them down. Debo, he wasn't great last year.
Yeah, not great.
You can stomach that. Dre Greenlaw's been hurt.
And with Debo, you have a guy already who's been playing great football, and you're getting a guy back, so that you paid a ton of money with Ayuk. So
exactly,
you're fine losing him.
And you still have Jennings, and you still have Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah,
they're gonna be fine. Dre Greenlaw didn't really play last year, was injured. Not the biggest loss in the world.
Fred Warner.
Yes, Devondre Campbell, another linebacker. No other team picked him up.
Well, Devondre Campbell had the whole. Or was that wasn't with? Was that with the Niners where he like quit on the team? I can't remember who that was with.
Was it? I can't remember, but no other team has.
No team. So, I don't think any team wants him. I think that might have been with the Niners where he just quit football basically.
So you're fine there. Leonard Floyd, good, not the biggest loss in the world. Travarius Ward, big loss. And Hufanga, big loss. So those 2 are big ones. And especially because they were the 4th best pass defense in the league last year, that's going to probably take a hit with those 2 gone. However, Hufanga also injured for a lot of last year. They still have the number 4 pass defense, and then Travarius Ward is just a big loss. So as big and as scary as this looked with them losing a ton of starters, they're gaining so much more back by getting guys healthy that I think I know they're going to be better this year. I bet you they make the playoffs, and I'm going to pick them to win this division.
That's where I'm going. I'm also probably picking them to win this division. I'm also looking at their depth chart right now on ESPN, and I hadn't seen this beforehand, but secondary is concerning. Questionable, out, questionable. with all their starters. So that's concerning.
In August, yeah.
That is concerning, especially after they lost so many guys. But my big thing is they brought in Robert Saleh. They brought him back as defensive coordinator.
Huge.
We know how good he was with the Niners while he was there. I think that could be a huge addition. Gets to go back with Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, two of the top defensive players in all of football. So that's the big get for them, honestly, in this offseason.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they're going to be a lot better. And the Niners have that trend where they're in the Super Bowl and they miss playoffs, and the Super Bowl miss playoffs. So maybe that happens again.
Maybe it happens again. And it's the injuries. If they can keep CMC healthy, that's huge. You need Jawan Jennings to stay healthy. You need Ayuk to come back after that ACL tear and stay healthy, as well as Trent Williams. Trent Williams is the main piece of this O-line. They don't have the best O-line, but Trent Williams is there. He's great, and you can trust the head coach to always. Shanahan will keep this offense going no matter what. And if they struggled that much last season and still finished third, wild.
Yeah, and Purdy got paid too.
Yes.
We did not mention that, so congratulations to him. I don't know if we ever mentioned that on the show. We probably didn't.
I don't think so, honestly. Well, I don't think so. Yeah, because we did do on a trivia episode, we did have the top quarterbacks paid. I don't know if he was in there though.
Yes, that's a good point. We did not. So maybe we didn't talk about him. But okay, so we'll move on to the division standing predictions then. I got the Niners winning it. I'm high on the Seahawks, but I'm gonna have to have them finish third here. So give me the Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, and Gannon gets fired.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I'm gonna go Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, and Gannon gets fired. I'm gonna have to go with the exact same thing.
So we were different on the other one.
We swapped the Broncos on the last division.
Yep. Start us off, offensive rookie of the year in this division.
Offensive rookie of the year. Not really anything in this division in terms of offensive rookie. There was Gray Zabel, I believe Terrence Ferguson, the tight end. So, not much. It's
Elijah Arroyo.
Yeah. It's really just who's going to be on the field, to be honest, and I think Gray Zabel will be on the field the most. So, I'm going to go with him.
Going with who?
Gray Zabel.
Who?
Gray Zabel.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with him too.
Yeah. There's nothing going on. He's the guard drafted by the Seahawks.
I literally only know him. Well, he's a first-round pick, but I also only really know him because he went to William and Mary.
No, Gray Zabel, I believe, went to.
Or no, he's North Dakota State.
North Dakota State because
William and Mary is
That was someone earlier.
That was Charles Grant.
Yeah,
it's William and Mary. Yes. Same vibe.
Ferguson, maybe he gets the starting tight end job though, with the Rams, and that could be huge.
Maybe
for defensive.
Defensive
rookie of the year. There was a lot of options.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a little bit of a sleeper guy, a guy who fell in the draft that I was kind of shocked by. He was banged up. I meant to mention him when you were talking about the Cardinals, but Will Johnson. He was a very highly looked at cornerback out of college.
Big of you.
And yeah, I think he's a great cornerback. I hate where he went to college, but I do think he's very talented. And yeah, I'm gonna go with him for defensive rookie of the year. He's gonna have to step up if this Cardinals defense is gonna be better and perform. So I'm going with Will Johnson.
Yeah, I was between three: Amanawari, Will Johnson, but I'm gonna go with Michael Williams.
Another option.
With the Niners. I just think he's a monster talent out of Georgia. I thought whoever took him was gonna get a beast, and getting to go to the Niners defensive system is just a blessing for him. I think he's gonna be really, really good.
For offensive player of the year, if they're gonna win the division, he's gonna have to play great. And I'm going back and forth between two guys. But I'm just going to stick with the quarterback here. I'm going to go Brock Purdy for offensive player. If the Niners are going to be good, he's going to have to show that he's worth that contract. He's brought him to a Super Bowl. They have a down year last year. A lot of guys banged up. I would go CMC, but I'm a little concerned that the injury is going to hurt him in the long term. I think Purdy's going to have to step up and be the main guy. So I'm going Brock Purdy.
Oh, man, I'm so torn here. So torn. Give me Trey McBride.
Ooh.
For offensive player of the year. I think he's going to show that he's the second best tight end in football this year. I think he'll pass Kelsey Kittle and Laporta. And so I just threw Laporta in there.
Just toss Laporta in there. Didn't even mention Brock Bowers, but I guess he's one.
Fuck, did we not pick Brock Bowers for offensive player of the year? Who did we pick for that division?
I picked what's his name? I picked Bo Nix.
And I picked Ladd McConkey.
Yeah. So I guess he missed out on Brock Bowers.
I think we both should have taken Brock Bowers.
I have my reasons for Bo Nix, though. I considered him.
Yeah, I forgot about him completely. But I'm gonna take Trey McBride. I think he has a breakout year. I think he gets in the end zone a lot more, and his receptions were already crazy.
Yeah.
So give me him.
He's a weapon. Depoy, the best linebacker in football. I'm going with Fred Warner. Leads the Niners defense, and he's going to have a phenomenal season if this defense is going to perform. A lot of new faces in there. I think he's going to be great. He always is. He always shows up. I got Fred Warner.
Yeah, I got Nick Bosa for my
Fair enough.
defensive player of the year. I think he's just gonna continue to have help on that defensive line. I know he lost some guys, but he also gets Michael Williams, who I have as my offensive rookie of the year. I think he's just gonna benefit from that, and I think Nick Bosa is weirdly becoming pretty overlooked as an edge because it's always Micah, TJ, Garrett.
It's not ridiculous to say that. It's not ridiculous to say that.
Yeah, it's not ridiculous to say that.
For MVP, I'm going with Puka Nacua.
Really?
One of the best receivers in football.
Wow.
He's going to have another big season. As long as Stafford's healthy, I think he can have a huge season, big numbers. He's done it before in his career. No Cooper Kupp. They do bring in Devontae Adams. I think that could help him, honestly. I'm going with Puka Nacua as MVP.
I'm going to go with Fred Warner for my MVP. I think he's just the best player in this division. Like you said, he's the best linebacker in football. He's the anchor for that defense. And I'm realizing now, did I pick like 4 out of 5 Niners for this? No, 2 or 3. Pick 3. But yeah, I'm going Fred Warner for my MVP of the NFC West. But I believe that's it. I think that's all we got for this episode, unless you got anything else.
I believe that's all I got.